Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a cast of a 1v1 game of Spartacus versus GoodFella. And if you don't know, these are two of probably the best players in Edain. They're not super active anymore. Spartacus is more working on the like fixes for the game and whatnot. I don't know what GoodFella's up to. I don't know. This will actually be the first time one of the first time I've seen GoodFella play. But yeah, anyway, let's get into it. Spartacus is Imladris and GoodFella is Gondor. So should be good. I was told this was an excellent game, so should be fun. Okay, so there we have Spartacus, and there's GoodFella. Gondor's start is going to be a little bit more powerful than Imladris, just because you have two units, so you can quickly grab some farms and creep at the same time, whereas Imladris is kind of stuck. Go get two farms, while Gondor's getting two farms and creeping. But Imladris will have units out on the way, so... Scout hero out. Oh, I'm surprised he isn't just going straight for that farm. I guess he's gonna go creep over there. Oh, probably the reason he didn't go for the farm is that he could Gondor. Oh, looks like he might even... Okay, he's going for the troll, so that's why he got Gondor. So that actually makes sense, because on the Fords of Eyes map I'm used to, there is no troll there, so that makes perfect sense. Looks like... not Frodo, gosh. Pippin is probably searching or scouting to see what he's up to, and obviously what faction he is. Gondor will win ranged, but yeah. Trolls in Edain are not too difficult to creep as long as you know how to do them right. If you don't, they'll kill you, but if you know how to do them right, and if you can draw them out and then kill them through regular swordsmen or anything really, then you'll be fine. But GoodFella is taking advantage of all the units he can get, and he's covering a lot of ground very quickly. And Spartacus is going to be killing this troll soon, so that'll bring in a lot of money. Oh, it looks like those are spearmen. I couldn't even notice. So yeah, Imladris definitely falls behind a bit in the start as far as creeping and eco generally, but oh wow, he actually ended up killing Pippin, so that's a fairly, not a big loss, but it's definitely gonna set back GoodFella. They're both getting their creep troll money though, so nothing too crazy there. He is getting that farm Gondor, which is a good idea instead of utilizing his units, which could be useful elsewhere. Imladris will win this if he does fight, but I don't think GoodFella is going to. Yeah, he's just gonna get the money and run. And more spam, as you would expect from Gondor. Let's see, is he doing anything abnormal? Nope. He hasn't creeped over here yet. Oh, ads. Sorry, I'm listening to this on Spotify, so there might be a couple ads. But, wait, does Gondor one shot? Okay, he two shots, so not anything crazy, but not bad. I think Spartacus is really, at the moment, falling behind as far as his economy and creeping, because GoodFella has one, like, he has like 6 farms basically. Yeah, about, and Spartacus has maybe like 3 or 4, which again is, actually does he even, no, he has like 3, which is the difficulty of Imladris to start. They are actually not bad starter faction, or early game, I shouldn't say starter. Because their units are just so powerful, they'll generally win in most fights. It's just a matter of can you get enough of them out and out in different areas to actually be able to... Okay, I'm gonna mute this because that's annoying. To actually be able to properly deal with enemy spam, as well as do some harassment of your own.
Actually,
Okay, good. Or not good. Well, Spartacus is creeping up here. Though I'm not sure he's gonna notice Gondor is over here in time. Though actually he's about to lose level 3 units. That's not gonna be good. A good unit spent over there. No, Spartacus. He's leaving his farm. Though I guess he is going to go creep over there. And oh wow, he's actually gonna get his units out of there. Unless somehow... No, I think he is. I think Spartacus has enough units out at the moment to deal with the harassment. Though I'm surprised he didn't send these units back. I guess he figured it would be better to get the creep money and get the farm rather than to end up getting trapped by several Gondor units like this. Though he might end up doing that with them if he's not careful. I think he just noticed that. He probably didn't expect as many units in there. Whoa, and Spartacus, or not, GoodFella actually snuck a couple spears in his base. Even if it wouldn't be effective, at least he could scout and see what Spartacus is up to. Make sure he's not going for cavalry, because cavalry, especially against Gondor early game, would be very preferable, because it'll help deal with the spam. And Gondor spam is so powerful in 1v1s. It really makes them... I mean, I'm not super knowledgeable in Edain, but from what I can see and hear from others, one of the best 1v1 factions. And just in other mods and version of the game, it's quite powerful, because it beats other spam while it's maybe not being as spammy, but still quite powerful. Oh my gosh, Spartacus, or GoodFella, is such a cheeky little bugger. He ended up... Oh no, he's not going to. He almost got those pikes out of there. He did get his swordsman out of there. They were both level 3. But yeah, Spartacus needs to deal with these boogers up there that have been ravaging his farms. Spartacus is definitely behind on the resource wise, but his army is certainly more powerful and could beat GoodFella's, I would say, easily, but that's not at the stage of the game where they're at yet. So as long as Spartacus can keep enough farms up to kind of snowball his units, I think he'll be in good standings. And he got pikes out, which is a really smart thing, which I don't do enough as Imladris. Sometimes I wait too long to get my pikes, and then cavalry ends up just shredding all my units. Oh, kill them, turn back, kill them. Let's see, Gondor. Okay, Gondor's level 2, nice. Gondor's level 3, the song is quite useful, because it gives you a great speed advantage, and with this ability too, you can catch heroes and stuff super easily. It's not that great against killing units, because a lot of the time what ends up happening is they just kind of run around them and don't actually hit them, which is really, really frustrating, because you see the potential of just chasing down armies and slaughtering them, but it's kind of negated. And this is a good harassing force here from Spartacus, especially having pikes, because that's the thing. If you just send the regular soldiers by themselves, they can easily be dealt with by cav. And yeah, GoodFella's getting out cavalry. That's a smart choice. I wouldn't be surprised if Spartacus gets out cavalry, but I think he's gonna go for a scholar thing. Oh wait, he actually is. Not a scholar thing, jeez. That's Edain 3. Library, yeah. I would say GoodFella's still winning the harassment portion of the game at the moment, but not enough to severely hurt Spartacus. And I think that cavalry will work much more in Spartacus's favor, seeing as they'll basically one hit or two hit these Gondor battalions. But the Imladris units, even though they are in a smaller group, are going to be fairly resistant, especially with this ability here, which if you can get cavalry caught in the units, they're screwed, because they get slowed down and everything. And he does have some pikes out. And Imladris pikes are still going to beat regular Gondor soldiers, but obviously it's not ideal. Yeah, a lot of building and getting destroyed. Oh, for a second I thought those were forge blades, but this is smart by Spartacus building well on his fort. That's incredibly useful as Imladris, because obviously your units are so valuable and losing them really hurts you a lot. And him having that allows him to quickly go back and heal, regen his units. Ooh, he just missed that. That's got to be annoying. Brisa Manwe is very powerful. One of my most favorite abilities from Imladris. One of my most, oh my goodness. But sadly, it was a good idea to catch the cavalry with that, but sadly, he didn't quite put it far enough ahead, which is kind of what happens a decent amount. Though he is going to get them caught a bit and kill a decent chunk of them. And who used land there? Okay, that was a good use of land by Spartacus, because he's not going to be able to take that farm now, and or at least with the units there, but I don't know. And obviously it'll help against the cavalry because it provides a lot of armor. And this harassing force down south is still going strong for Spartacus. So even though he's losing like a decent amount up here, I think this will be enough to kind of keep him like from totally losing ground, because he at least has some presence down here that makes GoodFella have to worry about him and not just be able to harass wherever the heck he wants. And this cavalry is going to help a ton as long as... See, there is some pikes in there. Oh, he's going to get them caught. If he can get them to the well, they're going to be able to heal up, which was, again, very smart by Spartacus. Especially knowing he's going for cavalry, but that wasn't as... Oh, and he ran right in the pikes, but he still only lost 2 units, but that probably wasn't what he was hoping for. Oh, no. Okay, still gonna get him out. See, that's easy to do, is to kind of forget about your units while, yeah, they get chased. I still think has a quite good presence down here, because 3 or 4 units of Gondor soldiers isn't gonna quite be able to deal with those units, especially considering they're leveled up. And this kind of sucks for Spartacus because all he has is cav in here, and obviously those are just pikes, so he's gonna have to send some of his regular units in. But as far as snowballing, he is doing that quite a bit because his units are all getting up there in levels, which really improves Imladris's, which really helps Imladris, obviously, because their units are already quite strong to begin with, but leveling them up really makes them a lot more powerful. And since you want to keep them alive, that really helps quite a bit, having banner carriers as well as that extra armor and health. And he did keep both of his cavalry units alive, so that was really impressive, especially against like only pikes basically. Oh, okay, for a second I thought he lost all his units there, but he didn't. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Did GoodFella go for arrow volley? I wouldn't think that arrow volley would be too good against Imladris just because they're already so tanky, but I don't know. Maybe it's more effective than I would have thought. Oh, if he ran his cavalry through there, that would be very nice. But now Spartacus is starting to gain a bit of ground in the north. Though, down south, he's going to be able to hold his own, I think, and be able to push quite well up north. He has enough units to gain some map control. Now, though, sadly, his pikes left those units, which he might pay for, though I think he'll be able to escape them. Yeah, he brought his pikes up, so, oh, not too bad. I thought he would have lost more units there, but that's sadly what makes cavalry really effective against Imladris, is that the pikes are only in one unit, so they don't do as much damage to your cavalry, and also the swordsmen are only in 1 unit, so you don't get stuck in the Imladris units as much, though this really does, it can get you stuck if they use that at the right time. And it looks like GoodFella, or not GoodFella, jeez, Spartacus does have heavy armor out, so that's going to be a big game changer. The cavalry will not do nearly as much, obviously, and I mean just units in general, but oh, and a Dunedain encampment, so two big advantages for Spartacus now. This is really going to help too, because this will allow him to basically own this section right here without having to worry too much, and also he can get some cheap Dunedain out, and obviously he gets more healing, another healing point, more command points and whatnot, though I'm not sure if he is going to go for the Dunedain. I don't see too many people do that, though they can be effective in some scenarios. Oh, Tower Guard's out for GoodFella. That's interesting. And a Marketplace. Wow, I've never seen a Gondor player go for a Marketplace that fast, though I guess it makes sense because he has good enough map control to where he can spend the money and still be okay, and really help him, like, long-term, to be able to get a lot of resources to get upgrades and heroes out. Which I would expect he'll be getting Beargond or Aragorn out soon. Good use of Brisa Manwë there because he needs to escape those units. He can't afford to lose high-level upgraded units like that. And those Tower Guards were torn to shreds. I don't doubt he'll be getting Forged Blades soon. Is he purchasing it yet? Purchasing? Nope, not yet. Let's look at resources. Okay, so GoodFella went for a great company. That, although Eagles may have been good, though he obviously went down a different power tree. But this is where GoodFella is gonna kind of be ahead of Spartacus at the moment, because Spartacus went for more powers to help him in his early game to be able to survive against Gondor's harass. But he's going to be paying for it because now GoodFella has his higher tier abilities. Ooh, that's a nice cab charge. No pikes, at least in the front of the clump. Oh! He thought he might get him with the Tower Guards by leading them ahead of the cavalry, but luckily Spartacus was able to micro them over here a bit more. And yeah, that's going to make Spartacus have to retreat to his Dunedain encampment, which might leave an opening for it to get destroyed, especially because GoodFella does have Forged Blades, though I don't know if he can take it, even with the Great Company. It's definitely going to be close. Oh, he could really use a heal right now, though sadly he's nowhere near it. That's going to be devastating for Spartacus, losing those very high-level units there. Even if he doesn't lose his Dunedain encampment, that's... Oh, wow. He doesn't have a watchtower. That's honestly quite shocking. I'm really surprised he didn't get a watchtower on it. That's generally the first thing I would go for. I mean, I'm not nearly as good as Spartacus, but I would have thought that would have been better, though he probably did also need the command points at the moment. Maybe he misclicked or something, but I would have went for, definitely went for Watchtower. I'm gonna mute that, that's really annoying. Yeah. But luckily, GoodFella didn't quite have enough there to take it out, so it's gonna be alright in the end, and GoodFella has his other important upgrades. And surprisingly, he actually didn't lose as much as I thought he would initially lose. He still has a lot of those really high level units, which again, which is quite impressive that he's been able to keep them alive so long. I mean, I generally early game, I'm never able, to keep my units alive this well, even with Imladris. And wow, he even has a good force down south as well. That's actually quite large, considering what he has over there already. So things are looking quite bad for GoodFella right now. This is going to be a good counterattack, I think. Oh no, Gondor. Gondor is level 3, so that, or level 4, so his song will be very useful. But yeah, great job of keeping his units alive. That probably well made up for all the eco that he lost. The fact that his units weren't dying and he didn't have to spend as much money replacing them. Oh, hammer and anvil on these units out of the frying pan and into the fire. And a very good cavalry force, and now forged blades. So GoodFella is definitely behind on upgrades. Well, not quite. He does have forged blades and heavy armor, but he doesn't have them for all his units. And I think Imladris' end up suiting them a little bit better. Oh, and hobbits right behind him too. Oh, apparently he used Tom Bombadil somewhere. I'm sorry I missed that. I can't believe I missed that. That's silly of me. Yeah, GoodFella's looking to be in a lot of trouble. I mean, he's getting a little bit of harassment done here, but unless he pops out an Aragorn or what did he have built there before that he made deleted? Maybe he wanted a different set of upgrades for his farm, I'm not sure. But it was good thinking from him getting Rangers, because obviously Imladris is so weak to archers with the way their units are, because how small the battalions are. Oh yeah, these tower guards aren't going to be able to do anything against this Imladris army. They're really just tanky. They tank, I mean, and obviously cavalry and whatnot, but I mean, they're so powerful, but more so tank while other things do damage. But against all swordsmen, they aren't going to be able to do much. I'm surprised, even though, well, I can see why he's getting only tower guards out now, because if any of his swordsmen stray off, which would take a lot of micro to not have happen, they'll get slaughtered by this cavalry instantly. It does look like GoodFella's bouncing back because he's able to split his troops well enough to go all over the map and harass, which I'm surprised. I know Spartacus has a big army advantage to where he can just slaughter him, but I'm surprised he doesn't take advantage of that by splitting his forces a little more, because that's kind of what GoodFella's hoping for right now, I think, is that he just kind of goes around in a big clump while he's all over the map gaining control again. Though I could be wrong, I really don't know. That's just my initial thinking. But to be fair, it seems to be working alright for Spartacus, considering how high level his units are. Like, that's insane. And that Song of Gondor will also be quite useful. That's also very useful if you want to do a lot of harassing, obviously. Yeah, I'm really surprised I haven't seen a hero out for GoodFella. I know Imladris units do a crap that will absolutely slaughter heroes in many cases, but I think Aragorn does quite nice against Imladris, and I think getting him out before Imladris got their upgrades would have really helped, because he could have leveled him up to where he'd be useful later. Right now, GoodFella essentially seems to just be drawing out Spartacus's forces away from all his buildings and everything else, because I mean, he knows this isn't gonna win, and he probably isn't gonna be able to kill any farms, so he's just almost, it seems like he's stalling for time almost. Because, I mean, the cavalry can't chase after them. And while he's doing that, while he's drawing his army off, he's able to harass everywhere else, basically. Okay, I think this is a smart move by Spartacus, splitting off some forces with pikes too, to go and do some harassing down south, regain his farms, and get back more map control. Because I think if Spartacus can get the map control at this stage of the game, it's an easy win, because he obviously has quite the superior army, and GoodFella really can't do anything against his army, and he knows that. That's why he's not fighting it. He needs heroes or like a lot of rangers, or both really, to do anything at this point. And Spartacus with the outpost here, and he did end up building his library, which will be really helpful now that he'll get the speed boost on his infantry, and he's getting out some catapults as well, and also forward healing well, which will be quite nice. Yeah, I think Spartacus will start to regain his map control, whilst still being while still being able to dominate GoodFella's army. Though now he does have Forge Blades, so he'll be a little bit more effective. Let's see. Oh my gosh! Wow. Wow, that's insane. They both had their 10-point power. I can't believe they already had that. Wow. Well, that's gotta really suck for Spartacus, because... Oh, use the speed on your units. Get the hell out of there. Come on. Oh, he already used it. That sucks. Oh, that's terrible. That really sucks, because Army of the Last Alliance is really powerful. And the only way to really counter it, obviously unless you have a full army and they have no army, but is to just run away. But having Army of the Dead just completely destroy, that made his power completely null, as well as dealing, or at least not totally dealing with, but getting his Imladris army off his back. And it looks like now he has eagles as well, so that outpost will maybe go down. I don't know though. I think he's gonna let it go down, because he knows he'll lose the majority of his army and possibly Elrond. Also, a good job on getting Elrond, I think, because obviously twins aren't gonna be good, because Gondor has no heroes, and Elrond will do quite a bit with his flood on the clump. And once he gets level 5, he'll also get AoE. These eagles aren't actually going to kill the Imladris units, they're just going to kind of annoy them, because they're just too tanky and they have a healing spot here. So, I don't know, maybe it's not a bad use of them, but I feel that it might be better to focus maybe on the cavalry or harass farms, just because he's definitely not going to be able to kill those units. And still, Spartacus has these high level units out, which is absolutely crazy. Probably most of them are from the very start of the game, and he never lost them. I don't know, I haven't seen him lose many units this entire game, if any. I mean, I'm sure he has lost some, but I haven't seen it. And yep, that was devastating. See, even the upgraded units got killed by that, and now he's level 5, so he has an AoE even without the flood, and the flood will also be greatly improved as well. It gets improved at 5, 7, 10, and 3. Yeah, I don't know what GoodFella can do at this point, really. But I think that Army of the Dead is what kept him alive, because Last Alliance would have slaughtered his army, and that would have been GG. Though, I mean, obviously he's going to get a 10-point power, but I'm just saying that was so incredibly useful. And now I see why he went down the Grey Company rather than Eagles, because I forgot that Army of the Dead is down there, which makes sense lore-wise. So good. That was a smart PowerPoint like power tree decision that he made. Though most people go down the right because you get the lone tower and eagles. Though Great Company is good, and against Imladris too, because archers obviously, though the cavalry have kind of negated that. And again, that flood is so devastating. It's satisfying, but also sad to see like all those units just get slaughtered. Because I love Elrond, I love Imladris, they're my favorite faction, but oh man, that's got to be disheartening for him, because he knows like he has to he's gonna have to clump in a way, because he doesn't even have superior forces, which is, if you don't have superior forces against Imladris, you're in trouble. And at this point, all he's doing is stalling the army. He's not going to win that battle. Though the cav will make a big difference, knocking them down and whatnot. Though he doesn't have many pikes, so I would just keep running through his army, to be honest. And GoodFella has, to a great extent, made his cavalry useless. Well, not useless, but less effective with the tower guards, but they're still just as good with harassment. And whoa, GoodFella already has his other 10-point power. Is Edain gonna use his little glorious charge? At least I think he gets a glorious charge. Oh, and I think that's Imladris's, yeah. A lot of power is going down now. I don't think, sadly, the Rohirrim weren't able to do as much as he had hoped, especially with the Eagles. That's gotta suck, that 7-point power is gonna do that much against him. I could have sworn, though, that they didn't get some sort of little glorious charge. Does he? Allied units are gaining. Does nearby allied? No, I guess he doesn't. I thought he did, but I guess not. Oh no, Theoden King has fallen. I mean, despite the fact that he's losing, hands off to GoodFella for being able to keep Imladris' army at bay for so long with quite an inferior force and still make it very competitive. And also Spartacus early game being able to survive the Gondor rush, because that's not easy as Imladris, I would imagine, really. I don't think I've played against Gondor with Imladris yet in a 1v1 at least. Maybe I have, I don't know. But yeah, he did, keeping his units alive, I think made a huge difference. And I think GoodFella should have tried to get Aragorn out sooner. Maybe that over the what's it called, marketplace, but I can't say really. I'm not as experienced, that's for sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That was a fun game to watch. It helped me learn quite a bit about both factions. Very important to keep your units alive as Imladris, and cavalry can be your best friend as both factions, really. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see more casts in the future, and let me know what you think about my more frequent uploads of Edain, or how you like that, how you've been enjoying that, or if you want some more Age of the Ring. I'll definitely be doing more Age of the Ring, especially when the new release comes out, because obviously more people will be playing, and new factions, gonna be awesome. I can't wait. But for about the third time, I'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed.